The devastation caused by the ongoing El Nino rains has seen President William Ruto convene a cabinet meeting to coordinate the government's response to the El Nino rains. This comes amid reports that at least 70 people have died so far from the effects of the ongoing rains, with over 40,000 households displaced across 33 worst-hit counties.
38 out of our nation's 47 counties are within the alarm stage. A stage characterized by flash floods, general flooding in low-lying plains, rivers busting their banks, landslides and mudslides, loss of livestock and destruction of farmland and infrastructure.
The objective of the meeting was to deliberate on the mitigation measures for the El Nino rains, which have caused havoc in most parts of the country. On Saturday, the head of state summoned various government officials from emergency response agencies of the government in a bid to come up with different intervention measures to enable them deal with the heavy rains and flooding experienced in various parts of the country. Emergency response teams, including the Kenya Redcross, have warned that the numbers are set to increase and more rivers will swell if the rains continue to pour.
The state had allocated 7 billion shillings with which it is implementing various programs to address the plight of Kenyans across the country. The funds were appropriated by Parliament and the Contingencies Fund as part of the 2023-2024 financial year budget and supplementary appropriations number 1 of the same financial year. The resources committed will be applied for humanitarian response, including distribution and supply of medical commodities, food and non-food items, rehabilitation of infrastructure, and resettlement of displaced families.
Evacuation efforts from flood-prone areas have also taken course, with Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua saying the national government is working to deploy helicopters to rescue those stranded and coordinate aid to those in need of humanitarian aid.
The National Treasury last week disbursed 10 billion shillings of their shareable revenue. Cabinet also directed the National Treasury to release an additional 10 billion shillings to county governments this week, again part of their shareable revenue. And of course, the government is encouraging the counties, as much as it's part of the shareable revenue, government is encouraging counties to try and reallocate some of these funds to the dire situation now occasioned by these floods.
In the cabinet meeting, President William Ruto also announced that a National Disaster Operations Centre has been operationalized to coordinate responses, even as Kenyans urge the government to declare the rains a national disaster. The Kenya Defence Forces is set to provide last-mile deliveries by air, especially in counties marooned by floods. State House spokesperson Hussein Mohammed, however, says the government will not, for now, declare the flood situation as a national disaster, but has classified it as alarming. Michelle Ngele of Yambo, K24.